Alright guys, this is a phishing email. Don't fall for these. So nothing about this looks good. Nothing about this looks good at all. So I'm going to show you what you can do about that. You want to double click and you want to open your email up in a pop-out pane. Select File and go to Properties. You're going to check out this header. And we can see most of this information is encrypted. We saw my email address up at the top. And we see all this encryption here. Encryption definitions. In other words, the encryption methods that are used here. They're obviously spoofing their FPS. Um, the domain server was promrose 1240.6.promrose.eu.com. And this is their IP address of the sender. So we're going to copy that 178.178. Consistent through and through. Junk. Me at AOL, huh? That's interesting. Trusted sender. Yeah, right. That's because they spoof their SPF. All of that's encrypted, but I can decrypt that. I know what algorithm they're using. I can totally decrypt that. I don't have the session key, but we could crack it. Alright, so we got their IP address. So now what I want to do, what you guys should do, is we go figure out who this is. And who is, I can, those would be our resources. Country code, Netherlands. There's the abuse hotline or abuse email hotline, could report it. And yeah, the registry text. So everything basically that we just saw, but here in text, and don't really get much more. Yeah, it looks like they are absolutely, yeah, they're hosting it themselves. They did this themselves. This is not what you want. See if anybody else says anything different. What was it? I haven't used Whois in a long time. Whois.net, Whois.org. whois.com, is it? Hey, this will work. And it's just the same thing. Okay. Something tells me that's not accurate. So that's just the server creation time. Root East Web. Yeah, something tells me that's not accurate. Right database. So yeah, that's where that's coming from anyway. That's how you take a look at your email header. Main thing to identify a spoof is something like this, and I'm not going to open that hyperlink, but what I'm going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to put it in Notepad. And it is what it says it is. So what we can do is we can take this. We're also going to look at that link and see where that link goes. I suppose. So ICANN doesn't like it. That means it's a kind of a bit.ly like thing. Expires at the end of this month. It says it's Twitter. Okay. Let's see where it takes us. Oh yeah, Black Lotus gambling account. Oh yeah. Let's see, they're all the same. They're all the same. And I block elements in my emails, which is why it looks like this. They will have some kind of image, or they will have, something there, a name that says something different. Each one of these probably say something completely different. Yeah, verify here, and even though it takes you to the same exact spot, unsubscribe here. Okay, let's see what their unsubscribe looks like. Now, I guarantee if you put an email address in here, that email address is going to start getting spammed. See what we have going on here. Seem to be language packs. Oh, country calling codes. Okay. Countries. graphic function, read prototype, slice, return, push, babel helpers. I want to see more of this. Type of symbol iteration, symbol function, var. Okay, so they like Java. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. It's not exactly what I want to look at. Generate complaint form. I've never used Microsoft Edges, but since I just open up a random sandbox, it's kind of what I'm working with. Using a lot of their own assets, which can be creepy. You can hide things in elements. But at the same time, it makes coding beautiful. Alright, so let's see what this function does. So that's the form. Oh, we're only going to be able to see the HTML label for email address type, email, control forms, volume. Oh, here's the slider. It doesn't slide much. Justifier. Yeah, this is only the HTML. Form, div container, root. Alright, so here we go. Passive false once, false. Okay, use capture, false. Handler, scopes. The window self document, global. Let's see, speech recognition, speech grammar. So we do have event listeners, lots and lots and lots of event listeners. Virtual keyboard geometry try change event. Really? Never heard of this. Okay. So that makes sense. That says that it's to assist with the virtual keyboard, but I can see how that could actually be used maliciously. Use a HTTP session to grab control of your mouse and keyboard, track events, and yeah, yeah, I could see how that could be a problem. But a lot of things that are necessary can be issues. That's why we have countermeasures. When we come out with a feature, there's a way to, features can be used in ways that they're not supposed to. So we also have ways to block those features or mitigate the risk of those features and capabilities. Lots of F strings. Yeah, pretty much not so much fun in here. I don't really see what I was looking for. What I want to see, so there's the title, unsubscribe. What I want to see is desubmission. Need to enable JavaScript to run this app. What app? Legacy app. Email address. Label for email address. Input type email. Email ID placeholder. Okay. Padding. So that's the format of this little box here. Oh, well, as I hover over it, you can actually see the different things highlight what they pertain to and control. And I wanted to see where these were going. But they do have that seemingly obscured. Yeah, this is just the HTML. They have other stuff going on in the assets that we can't see. You know what we can do though? Where is this network? Okay, let's take a look at that. That's what Google said. Opt-out key. Add generate complaint forward email right here. So, oh, so yeah, that was the first thing I was in. This generates the email. And this is Java. I'm not too familiar with Java. Oh, and I have a scroller here. Okay. So right here, they kind of have a loop. Looks to me like it's saying dial these numbers, use these numbers, loop to continue using the same character so you don't have to list the same numbers a whole bunch of times. You can structure it so it builds its own larger numbers just by having the base characters. And I think that's what they're doing here. RT type of symbol U and symbol iterator. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. They have an iteration, so it's an iteration. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that is counting. That is using these numbers in a loop. For whatever purpose, throw a new type error, invalid attempt to iterate non-literal. Yep, in order to be iterable, non-array objects must have a symbol, which would be the @ symbol. Okay, so that looks like maybe validation for the email input. Yeah. Must have a symbol iterator method. We're going to find out exactly what's going on here. So after looking into it, it's really weird. It's dealing with phone numbers and emails and SMS messages. It doing a lot of assembling and parsing and um not exactly sure what all is going on. There's a lot though. It looks like it could be for a robocaller service. It's building databases of information that's input, that's for sure. What it's exactly doing with that information in those databases, I don't know. I know that it creates variables out of it, inputs names, and it assembles names and phone numbers, email addresses. It does those three things for sure and stores them in a database. I don't know the full scope of it because the more I look, the more I find. I haven't found anything, I haven't found any keyloggers or anything trying to implicitly or explicitly access any resources on my local machine, but it absolutely builds databases of input information. Very interesting. So yeah, the kinds of things that you can get yourself into by clicking little links and stuff. Just be careful.